Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. Today, we're diving into the luxurious travel habits of the world's 20 richest CEOs. These business moguls fly in private jets, sail on lavish yachts, and stay in the most exclusive hotels. From exotic islands to bustling cities, their travel style is all about comfort and opulence. Join us as we explore how these CEOs experience the world in unparalleled luxury. From Mark Zuckerberg traveling in the most lavish cars to Elon Musk traveling in a Gulfstream, this is how the top richest CEOs travel around. Number 1. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta Platforms and co-CEO of the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. When you're worth $103 billion, you're not going to be roughing it on a city bus. Let's face it. According to some media outlets like Yahoo, Mark spent a whopping $21 million in 2021 on keeping himself and his family safe and getting around by private jet. In 2020, he spent $25.2 million, and his travel and security costs the year before were $23.4 million. While he spends millions of dollars annually to get around in a private jet, he's also believed to have a car collection. Now, you might think that given his net worth, his garages are bursting at the seams with expensive and luxurious cars, but that's not actually the case. Mark's first car was a Subaru Forester, and he hasn't even really upgraded that much. He typically drives a Honda Fit and Acura TSX and is believed to prefer the Acura for being safe and comfortable. Sometimes he's also seen driving a Volkswagen Golf GTI and a 2020 Infiniti G25. To be fair, these are all quite boring, everyday vehicles. The most luxurious car in his collection is a Pagani Huayra, an Italian supercar worth around $1.4 million. This vehicle has a 6.0 liters twin-turbocharged V12 engine, 730 horsepower, and can reach a top speed of 238 miles per hour. Number 2. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is easily one of the richest people in the world. The billionaire could afford to walk onto a car lot and just say, "Yes, yes," but you might be surprised by his purchasing habits. The man is actually quite frugal and modest. He originally didn't like the idea of owning a private jet, but eventually did due to how convenient it made getting to where he needed to go. The first private jet he purchased was a used Falcon 20 jet that he bought for $850,000. Warren really struggled to justify his purchase to himself, especially when it clashed with his humble nature, but eventually, he embraced private jet life. In fact, he eventually sold his first jet and upgraded it in 1989 to another one worth $6.7 million. But when he's not getting around by private jet, Warren chooses to travel in a pretty modest car. His car collection is actually shocking given the guy's a billionaire. He had a Lincoln Town Car, which isn't what you would call overly luxurious. It's worth about $41,000 and has a 4.6 liters V8 engine. This car was one of Warren's favorites for attending meetings and picking up family from the airport. After owning his Lincoln Town Car for about a decade, he upgraded to a 2006 Cadillac DTS and sold his Lincoln in an auction to raise money for a charity. Later, he sold this vehicle to raise money for charity as well. Number 3. Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault is a French businessman and the founder and CEO of Louis Vuitton. As you might imagine, he's worth a pretty penny to $1 billion to be exact. Bernard is in his 70s and has every right to get around in comfort and style, and he sure does. Perhaps one of the most impressive forms of transportation in his collection is his luxury superyacht. His yacht, named Symphony, is one of the most luxurious in the world and has space for up to 36 passengers. It's about 333 feet long and has 6 decks, a helicopter pad, a jacuzzi, a sauna, a cinema, a beach club, and even somewhere to play golf. It's also believed that he splashed out on a $40 million private jet, a Dassault Falcon 7X. He previously owned a Bombardier Global Express 6000, but what if he wants to travel with friends and family over long distances? Well, he can haul his other jet, a long-range business jet Bombardier Global 7500. This has room for up to 19 people. His car collection's nothing to scoff at either. He has a range of expensive and rare vehicles, like a limited edition Aston Martin 177, of which only 77 were made. He also has an Aston Martin DB11, one of just 100, a Bugatti Veyron Sang Noir, a Bugatti EB110 Super Sport, and a Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren Sterling Moss, among many other multi-million-dollar cars. Before moving on to the next point, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to my merchandise. You can support my content by getting your favorite products from my store or by simply joining my channel. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 4. Elon Musk. Elon Musk might not own a house, but he sure doesn't think twice about purchasing vehicles for his ever-growing collection. In 2004, he purchased a Dassault Falcon 900B before buying a very fancy Gulfstream G650 for $70 million in 2016. It must be pretty comfortable because he flew at least 150,000 miles in it in 2018. According to Elon, he finds owning a plane quite convenient. I'd be inclined to agree and would do anything to avoid having to sit in economy class. Alongside a jet being convenient for getting from A to B, it doesn't hurt that it's also luxurious. His 19-seater jet has a galley for food and drink preparation, a customizable interior, 4 living areas, and 2 bathrooms. Everything about it screams wealth. The interior has beautiful leather seats with wooden furnishings, 16 large oval windows, and all seats have footrests and can be partially reclined. These seats can also be tilted to face each other or turned into beds when you need a nap before reaching your destination. And if you thought his luxury jets were the extent of it, you'd be mistaken. His car collection would make any car fan drool. He has a number of unique and exciting vehicles like a 2012 Porsche 911997 Turbo, a 1920 Ford Model T, a 2016 Tesla Model X, a 2020 Tesla Cybertruck, and a 1979 Lotus Esprit, which you might remember from The Spy Who Loved Me. It's believed that Elon purchased this car from an auction for around $500,000. Number 5. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the founder and former president and CEO of Amazon. According to Forbes, he's worth about $124 billion. With that amount of money, you could buy entire towns and cities. Jeff has a pretty busy calendar, so busy, in fact, that if he had to travel like we do, he'd spend half of his life at the airport. So, it's probably not surprising that he owns a private jet. In 2015, he upgraded his previous Dassault Falcon 900X and purchased a Gulfstream G650. He then bought a second one in 2019. Each of these private jets is believed to be worth about $65 million, but you can also purchase upgrades. At the very minimum, his jets are thought to have a forward galley, 3 living areas, and 13 seats that transform into 6 beds. Most of these jets also have 2 luxurious bathrooms, a movie area, and fine leather seats to relax in while your private pilot takes you to your next location. And while his multi-million-dollar jets are pretty interesting, did you know that this rich CEO also has a car collection worth around $20 million? Not really surprising though, is it? He has a broad range of vehicles in his collection, including Bugattis, Cadillacs, Land Rovers, Lamborghinis, and Ferraris. He has definitely come a long way from his very first car, a 1997 Honda Accord. Surprisingly, he was worth about $10 billion when he purchased that car. When asked why he bought it, he said it was a perfectly good car. Number 6. Bill Gates. You can't be worth $184 billion and not own a private jet. It just wouldn't make sense. That's why Bill Gates not only has a singular private jet, he has multiple. You could almost say he has a private jet collection, and that's just downright bizarre. It's believed that the Microsoft founder has at least 4 private jets, 2 of which are Gulfstream G650s worth about $70 million each. The other 2 are Bombardier Challenger 350s. They're much more affordable than the Gulfstreams at about $27 million each, but you can see why Gulfstreams are far more expensive. They can accommodate between 11 and 18 people, travel up to 13,890 kilometers, and reach top speeds of Mach 0.9. Bill Gates' Gulfstreams, in particular, have handcrafted leather seats that turn into beds capable of sleeping up to 10 people. There are only 400 Gulfstreams like them in service. His car collection is just as impressive as his jets. It's thought that he has garaging for at least 23 cars at one of his mansions and fills it with luxurious models like a Porsche 959 Sport, a 1979 Porsche 911, a Porsche Taycan Turbo S-Cross Turismo, and a Rolls-Royce Ghost. Number 7. David Geffen. David Geffen is an American business magnate worth around $7.6 billion. Most of his money comes from investments he made when he sold Geffen Records in 1990. When you have as much wealth as he does, you're going to purchase some pretty swanky forms of transportation, and he has. First of all, David has some of the world's largest yachts: Rising Sun, built in 2004 and refitted 3 years later, and Polaris. Rising Sun is about 453 feet long and ranks as one of the largest yachts in the world. Rumor has it that David paid around $590 million for the yacht, but other sources put it closer to $200 million. It can travel up to 28 knots and has 4 diesel engines producing about 48,000 horsepower. Now, a yacht worth hundreds of millions of dollars is, of course, going to have a luxury interior, and Rising Sun does. It has a beauty salon, a sauna, a swimming pool, and an elevator to get to each of the 5 decks. The yacht also has a living space of about 8,000 square meters. And if those features weren't impressive enough, David's yacht is thought to have a cinema, a basketball court that doubles as a helicopter pad, a gym, and a fully stocked wine cellar. There are very few pictures of the inside of his yacht online because, well, he hasn't exactly welcomed the media with open arms to come and take a look. So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.